Hey. So, I'm gonna do a Q&A. I promised it at 1,000 subs. When I hit 1,000 subs, I said, 2,500. So I just hit 2,500. So I was gonna throw a community post up saying, at 5,000, but Panda says it's a miracle I have 10 subs, and 5,000 subs is never gonna happen. Now, I don't know if 5,000 will ever happen, but it is pretty miraculous that I have any subs at all. So I figure I'll do the Q&A. Can't promise they're good questions. They come from subscribers and friends and family. Mostly sent to me on Reddit and Facebook. Alright. What terrible movie do I love? I love a lot of terrible movies. But I'll tell you a terrible movie I love that's not terrible, but it gets treated that way. Speed Racer. It's not a terrible movie. It's a perfect movie that matches a terrible show. You know, look at Avatar: Last Airbender. Hated the show. It's okay. Doesn't mean you have to hate it too, alright? Hated the show. And the movie, it's not good, it's not bad, it's... In a lot of ways, it kind of improved on stuff I hated about the show. Which is a problem for fans of the show. From what I can gather, everyone that likes the show hates the movie. So, yeah, all the people that hate the movie Speed Racer, well, go back and watch the show. And if you weren't a fan of the show, then the movie wasn't made for you. What is the most unprofessional thing you've seen someone do? Well, I'm going to assume they're asking what I've seen done in a professional setting. I had a platoon sergeant, a black male gentleman, tell one of his white female subordinates that she was only married to a white man because she had never gotten a piece of him before. It's pretty unprofessional. Now, co-workers equal saying that shit to each other. That's not cool. But there can be some retaliation. You know, you can punch someone in the fucking throat for that. But when it's your boss, your superior, yeah, it takes away a lot of your ability to throat punch. What is your best childhood memory? Damn. Tell you one of my more impressive childhood memories. I was there for the Berlin Wall coming down. We all got a piece of it. And, I got a big piece, and it had a big, had black, paint on it, because, you know, people did graffiti. And, thought it was odd, because my buddy was like, I can't remember his name, it's been a while since the Berlin Wall came down. Reagan was president. But, actually, no, Bush was president, wasn't he? Anyways, he went looking for a piece that didn't have graffiti on it, so his piece was smaller and oddly shapen. That's a pretty good memory. Just a good piece he went off the top of my head. Yeah, I'll go with that one. Why are you called Doc? Well, because I have frizzy hair like Doc Brown from Back to the Future. No, I shaved my head. I worked in the medical field. In the military, mostly. What is Meatloaf's real name? I know who asked that question. My dad was just telling a story not too long ago. I worked third shift, and he would call me up and wake me up sometimes to answer trivia questions for a radio program. This is back before, everyone had Google and phones. And, well, I mean, they had phones, but they weren't smartphones, all right? And, they could ask questions, like trivia questions, and then people would, rather than just Googling the shit. So, yeah, one of the questions was Gordon Sumner. And that's Sting, by the way. Saul Hudson / what is the Edge's real name? Edge from U2. I want to say it's like David Evans. Could be wrong. But yeah, Meatloaf's real name is Marvin Aday. And I've never seen the last name Aday anywhere else. Now I'm curious. I'm curious what nationality it is. I'll look it up eventually. Is smoking bad for you? Huh. Well, it depends on how much is smoking. If it's not smoking too badly, I'd say just slow down or use more lubricant. You think? Well, Panda says it's probably referencing smoking tobacco. I believe if smoking cigarettes is bad for you, they'd put a warning label on them. So, keep an eye out for that. See if there's any warning labels on the packages. Yeah, seems legit. Alright, next round. What are your favorite drinks? Funny, actually, I discovered lemonade within the last 5 years. Yeah, going on 40 years old. And I decided to try lemonade. I know I'd had it as a kid, but I hated it. I don't know. I really like lemonade. Limeade as well, but I prefer lemonade. Not too much sugar. I like it tart. No pulp. Soda. I drink way more soda than any healthy person ever should. Good thing I'm not healthy. I drink diet soda. Mostly Diet Mountain Dew. Diet Dr. Pepper's pretty good. And I used to drink Diet Pepsi. But my mother, she drinks Diet Coke exclusively. So generally if I'm out of Mountain Dew, I go and grab a Diet Coke. Booze-wise, I'm a bourbon guy, whiskey, vodka. Really, I won't drink, Jack, because it's overpriced. Not very good. Yeah, mostly whiskey or vodka. I do break out the scotch sometimes, but I try to save scotch for when it's something special. Alright, terrible question. I don't like this one. I don't really want to answer it. I think religion is a very personal, private thing that I think both of them help me be better as a human being. Who's your worst teacher and why? I had a school teacher in Germany. Not going to say the name of the school. Not going to say the teacher's name. She was a very terrible person. Very abusive and vicious to all the students, really. And my mother punched her, broke her jaw, knocked her the fuck out. Laid her the fuck out. Now, growing up, if I fucked up in school, my mom would be the one to hand the paddle to the teacher, right? So definitely not overprotective. This twat had it coming. Best cover song ever. Ooh, so many. I probably the most widely accepted would be Jimi Hendrix, "All Along the Watchtower." I got a personal soft spot for Kiss, "God Made Rock and Roll." The Animals cover of "House of the Rising Sun." That's pretty iconic. My personal pick, I think Megadeth's "Superstition's" pretty damn good. If you had to become an inanimate object for a year, what object would you choose to be? I would probably choose to be a shot glass in a busy bar. Because I've been saying I'll cut back on my drinking for a while. And yeah, I'd come into less contact with alcohol. What movie trope annoys me the most? I'll tell you one that I don't like, but it's not a bad trope. It's in comedies when they like to have the whole punchline is, "Oh, look at the main character," or "Look at this character and how embarrassing this is. Oh, they're so shamed." Like, "Oh, his dad's gonna catch him banging the apple pie," or you know, I never enjoyed that as much. Like, Porky's is great. The shower scene, the dog scene, Lassie. Those are great. And yeah, they're awkward and funny. I still think one of the funniest scenes ever in a movie is the teachers and Porky's. They're laughing, and they're just hysterically laughing, and the camera slowly pans over to Eisenhower's fucking shit-eating grin. They make me laugh. But yeah, the overly embarrassing stuff. Too empathetic. I don't laugh at it as much as I do the other stuff. Alright, next round. What scene from a TV show will you never forget? There's so many. And again, if I take time, I can always come up with a better answer than the one I toss out. But Firefly, Janestown, no, Shindig. Yeah, mercy is the mark of a great man. Well, I'm okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that whole damn series. What song do you have to sing along with when you hear it? Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge. Aerosmith, Dream On. Don McLean, American Pie. Final answer. How tall are you and how much do you weigh? I was 5'11" and some change when I joined the Army. When I got out of the Army, I was 5'10" and a quarter. When I got back from Afghanistan, I was like 140, 145. When I got out of the Army, I was 186, 187. And I'd say I'm between there and 200 pounds. Probably closer to 200 than 180. What genre of adult videos do you like? I like a little story. I think the parodies are pretty good. The Seinfeld parody, pretty well acted, good story. But the Captain Marvel movie was so much better than the mainstream one. Yeah. And Riley Steele did that movie Pirates. That's been a while. That was a pretty good one. Like, had a plot and everything. Like, yeah. If I were a DJ, what would my DJ name be? MC Cirrhosis. What will cause you to end a friendship relationship? A lot of the people asking questions are ESL, so don't judge the grammar too harshly. That's a pretty close to impossible one to answer. How about a compromise? What will cause me to end a date? Being rude to your waitress. We go out to dinner, and you're just gonna get all pissed and yell at the waitress. I don't like it. You order your steak medium well, and it comes back medium. It's not a reason to scream at the waitress. If you're gonna get that upset because you didn't want ice in your Dr. Pepper, then chances are by the third or fourth date, I'll have pissed you off enough to give you a reason to stab me. And, yeah, that's never fun. Once one of your exes stabs you, you don't want it to happen again. When can you say someone is attractive? Like, when do I think they're attractive? Or when is it okay to tell them they're attractive? I think it's fine to tell someone they're attractive. Have some manners, You look really nice today. I like your haircut. You really look good in blue. Blue really fits your coloring. Fantastic. Those, while they could come off as slightly awkward, it's not the same as nice tits. So yeah, if you're able to compliment someone, try to think of it as if someone were to compliment your wife or your mom or your sister or, someone whom you care about. If someone were to give that compliment to them, would it bug you? I think that's a good rule of thumb, I think. If someone tells me that my little sister has a pretty smile, it's not going to be as fucked up as if someone's like, hey, carpet match the drapes. So when do I think someone's attractive? I think it's different things. Obviously, physical appearance is going to be part of that. Sometimes people's personality will raise that score higher than someone who's more physically attractive. And sometimes someone who's very physically attractive is going to be less attractive because of their personality. So, yeah. I think it depends on the person. I generally prefer dark hair, and I like glasses. There you go. If you could learn to do anything, what would it be? I'll tell you something I would like to be able to do, skill-wise. I'd like to be able to pick up an instrument and play. I mean, we're not talking play like good enough to be in an orchestra or make me super famous, but I would like to be able to pick up an instrument and play some music that I like. I think that's a fantastic skill, to just pick up instruments and play. I'd like to be a better musician. Which movie do they need a sequel to? Well, I would say if a movie needs a sequel, then they either did not make a very good movie, or, they just didn't make a good movie. Any movie that needs a sequel means the story wasn't told. That being said, the movie I always wanted a sequel to was Army of Darkness. I've always wanted Evil Dead 4. And, well, the TV show, Ash vs. Evil Dead, I think that was probably better than a single movie. Yeah. What is my favorite dessert? Well, either my favorite dessert, which I'm not big on sweets, but if I'm gonna eat sweets, I like chocolate. I prefer chocolate over cheesecake or any of that. So, a German chocolate cake, but without the crappy coconut frosting. No. Give me the chocolate cake with chocolate frosting. Yeah. But my favorite desert, I'd say the High Plains. Sonora, pretty nice. West New Mexico, yeah. Santa Fe region. Definitely better than the Mojave. Screw California. Favorite sports teams? Okay, baseball. I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I cheer for the Rangers. Basketball. I was a Seattle Sonics fan. They were stolen in the middle of the night, so San Antonio Spurs. Football. Dallas Cowboys all day. Hockey. I haven't, so with hockey, I haven't been able to find a team. I'm not a hockey person, but I'm trying to get into hockey. Alright. I hear Seattle's getting a hockey team, so that's probably what I'll do. Now, soccer, Alle Verde. I follow French soccer. But when it comes to American soccer, Seattle Sounders. I like the city. So, best concert. Probably Aerosmith is most consistent. I've seen them 3 times. They were always great. Megadeth puts on a great show. Counting Crows, saw them twice. They're good, but they weren't super consistent. Worst concert ever, Metallica. I spent $75, and they were garbage. Garbage. Now, I know a bunch of people can be like, well, I saw them at this year and at this concert, and they were fantastic. Well, great. When you make a list of concerts that don't suck, you don't have to put Metallica on there. But, yeah, I saw them, and they sucked. If coffee was illegal, what would its street name be? Jerky powder. Yeah, that's already taken. It jacks you up. Jack beans. Jack beans. Jack's magic beans. Jack's magic beans. Someone start a coffee company, use that name. Hell yeah. I just named coffee. If someone drew a caricature of you, what would they exaggerate? I always had big ears, or at least I thought I did when I was a kid, right? Maybe my head grew into it, but I don't know. Think you got big ears? Well, compared to his ears, they're not that big. I have a broken tooth. And, my beard comes in kind of patchy. I got big eyes. So yeah, big eyes, broken tooth, scraggly beard. Yeah. It's probably what they'd make fun of me for. What TV catchphrase do you most enjoy using? I don't know that I use one. Closest would probably be, ha ha. I say that one a lot. I think it's close enough to The Simpsons, right? I mean, everything comes from The Simpsons anyways. Actually, I'm so old, I remember when The Simpsons came out. But yeah, that'd probably be it. Sarcastic laugh. Ha ha. When do you know someone isn't interested? In me? Oh, when they meet me. That's usually a good sign that they have no interest. You are about to get into a fight. What song comes on as your background music? My soundtrack. My fight theme song. Tom Waits, Going Out West. Yeah. In fact, it's used in a movie. And if you know what movie it's from, you automatically get 100 cool points. What's the best place you've ever been? I've been to so many countries. And so many of them, like, have split up and formed with other ones. And, like, Slovakia was okay, but Czech Republic was cooler. But they used to be the same country, so. Hard to say. But you know the best state? The state of drunkenness. Now, everywhere has its good qualities, and everywhere has its bad qualities. Except for California, there's nothing good about California. Fuck that place. What game were you really good at? Tecmo Super Bowl. You give me the New York Giants. Lawrence Taylor, Pepper Johnson, Phil Simms, Stephen Baker. Yeah. Guaranteed Super Bowl champion. I was really good at World of Warcraft. Up in Wrath of the Lich King is about the time when I deployed. And yeah, they did the panda one while I was deployed. When I got back, it was terrible. Like, all the companion pets got turned into Pokemon. But yeah, up until Wrath of the Lich King. I was pretty good. What was the funniest way that you have been injured? On deployment, the dude in the bunk above me, he used to put CLP. It's what you use to clean your weapon with, right? He put it in a water bottle. And, I don't know, I guess it fell down and got into my sleeping area. But I ended up turning the bottle up, take a big drink, and immediately knew this is bad. So I run out, right out of the tent, and there's a thumbnail. But I run out and I try to puke it all up. I have to go to the aid station, and it's pretty funny and embarrassing. No, I know it's worse. This was last year or the year before. I don't know. Somebody was a little bit drunk. And this is in the desert out west. And somebody's got a metric ton of fireworks. And got some pallets and stacked them up. And you know the scene in Lord of the Rings, the second one, the Two Towers? Shoot him, Legolas! The dude's with the torch, and he's gonna jump into the, what's it called, a culvert? A little drainage thing to blow up the whole wall. I kind of recreated that with, in a drunken, funny moment. Everyone thought it was funny. But, yeah, there were wooden shards. And, I got some scarring. In fact, I'm gonna have to get, one of my tattoos fixed as a result of the, but it was funny. Alright, next up. Oh! And that was the last question. So, I'm sure this is going to be like an 8-hour long video because I am long-winded. And, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a subscriber. It's, shocking. And, hopefully the, next 2,500 subs will, be as cool as you guys are. Thank you, and stay safe, guys.